Home buyers are asking us, do you think the Calgary real estate market is going to slow down in the fall or winter? Homeowners are asking us, should I sell now or later? And will prices keep going up? Now I'm going to share what our team saw in the month of August, as well as the hottest property type. I'm also going to share my thoughts, and I'm gonna try and be as objective and fact-based as possible. A huge buyer tip and a great seller tip. And this is all gonna happen in today's video for Calgary real estate market update for September 2023. So do you think the market is gonna slow down in the fall or winter? Well, we have to look at the last 2 years. In 2022 and this year in 2023, the spring market didn't come in April. It actually came like in January. And I'm basing this on the benchmark pricing where it started to really go up. Now, every year there is a correction. Let me show you. So I'm gonna pull up this graph of the city of Calgary prices. And this is a graph of pricing since 2018. Now I'm gonna look at the benchmark price. And for those that don't know what the benchmark price is, the benchmark price is the price of a typical home in an area. In this case, it's for Calgary. Now, this is the most accurate representation of homes. And let me give you an example. So a benchmark price for, say, a community like Banff Trail, an inner city community, a lot of the properties here were built in the 50s and 60s. So they're bungalows with 3 bedrooms up. I mean, it could be 2. And they have a developed basement. Now in the Northwest, we have Nolan Hill. It's a newer community, and the typical home there is a 2-story home with 3 bedrooms up and an undeveloped basement. Now these are all attributes that make up your typical home deemed by the Calgary Real Estate Board, CREB, and that is what benchmark pricing is based off of. Okay, so as you can see, in 2023, starting in January, we just started going to the moon. And even to today, which is the end of August, it still hasn't actually stabilized or even dipped down. If you look at 2022, the beginning of it was an even stronger trajectory going up. So looking at this graph, starting in 2018, the red line is the benchmark price. So you can see that, we did pop up a little bit, and then we corrected and finished off the year down. In 2019, we had a little bit of a bump, but still ended up the year in a lower position. In 2020, when the pandemic hit, it did stabilize, and then near the end of the year, it started to come up a little bit. In 2021, it was a little bit of a slow start, but then it went up. And then it didn't really correct. It came down a little bit, went flat, and then 2022, you can see that it went pretty high. It did correct and ended the year off of its peak. And if you take a look at this year in 2023, we have gone up, but we haven't really leveled out or even come down. Now, we do have 4 months left of the year. Can we stabilize, or are we gonna tape off a little bit? Now, it could be reasonable that we could come down because this is just the normal cycle of real estate and or of any typical asset, kind of like your stock market. There's always gonna be ups and downs. I needed to tie this information in to answer the question, do you think it's gonna slow down in the fall or winter? Now, here are some other things that I'm considering to come up with a conclusion. There is a seasonality for real estate, but we are in unprecedented times with this inter-province migration. For the first time, we are not experiencing a population boom because of the price of oil and gas. It's because of the migration from other provinces. Now, typically in the holiday season, we're gonna see less listings, which means less to choose from. But if we continue with that, and if we see demand is high, then that means inventory will stay even lower and or pricing will end up going up. Now, we have to keep in mind that there's always buyers in any market. Now, there are still other buyers who are Calgarians, new to the real estate market, buyers who have lost out on other offers, people who have pre-approvals expiring and could be facing higher rates. There are those who have recently reset their rates before the interest rate announcement, which is happening in a few days on September the 6th, or those who just haven't bought. And this is not including the influx of buyers from other provinces. If you want to know the numbers for the people moving here, like the migration numbers and the housing starts, I actually mentioned that in my last market update, which I'll include at the top here and in the description below. So what are my thoughts on if our market's going to slow down? To be honest, I think we're going to stay pretty stable. I mean, we could see demand easing up a little bit, which will create more inventory and listings. But because of the population boom, our team is pretty bullish on Calgary's real estate market. We have a lot of YouTube subscribers like you guys reaching out and asking us to help you buy properties here. And so we are here on the ground level, seeing the amount of demand coming from mostly Ontario, but also BC. Our advice to our clients is don't try to time the market. Be super dialed in with what you want. And if you don't know what you want, then let us know because our team can help you. And also knowing the area that you want to be in. If you know those things, then you can move forward with more confidence and certainty. Okay, I have a huge buyer tip coming up soon. It's not something that you guys would normally hear, and I'm excited to let you know about it. But first, let's talk about sellers. So home sellers are asking us, should I sell my Calgary home now or later? Will Calgary home prices keep going up? So pricing is generally lower in the winter, and we have lower inventory, which means you have less competition. Now, we do have about 3 months left until the holiday season, and you'll know that because Costco is already selling Christmas trees in September. But if we continue our low inventory trend, you will have a maximum impact if you did list it in the winter. So think about this. Winter already has low inventory. And so if we're adding even more lower inventory than what we already have, then you can really max out your price, assuming demand still stays the same. So if you have the same demand and lower inventory, then the prices are going to be higher. Now, I don't have a crystal ball. If I did, I'd probably be out in Thailand, training Muay Thai, eating mango sticky rice, right? But I don't. Now, this is based more on logic and reason for me anyway, and Calgary real estate trends. I think that this could be a possibility. Now, here are my 3 tips if you should sell your Calgary home now or later. The first thing you have to consider is pricing. Now, we know what pricing is today, but we don't know what pricing is going to be in the wintertime. What we know is if you were to sell now, you would have more certainty on your sale price. But if you want to take a gamble, then you can sell later because it could go up or it could go down. And if it goes down, we don't know how much it would go down by. The second thing is rates. Now, rates haven't really impacted Calgary's real estate market. The truth is, we don't know where they're going. September 6th is coming up in a few days, and that is the next interest rate announcement. Now, this will affect mostly variable and HELOC mortgages or home equity lines of credit. The other announcement dates will be October 25th and December 6th. So there are opportunities for the rates to go up even more. My recommendation is get a pre-approval because it locks in your rate and it acts like an insurance policy. It protects you from rising rates, but you still get the benefit of the lower rate if rates end up going down. And my third tip is understanding your risk tolerance. At the end of the day, it's really about the security of knowing the sale price today or taking the chance for the future and gambling if it will be higher or lower than today. Remember, Calgary homeowners, there's always home buyers no matter the market. The question is, how strong is the demand and how low is the inventory? Okay, here's my big buyer tip for you guys. Now, it is tough for buyers in this market and their agents. But what we are seeing more of, and this is when we're on the listing side, are verbal offers. Verbal offers are not real offers. They're not in writing. And I understand why other buyer agents are doing these so that they don't have to waste their time in writing up the offer and sending it in. They want to say a verbal offer, get a feel for it, and if they think they have a chance, which you would have to have a lot of trust in your agent to do this. And sometimes, to be honest, the reason why I'm telling you this is a lot of people might not know that they're just doing a verbal offer. The buying agent is just fishing to see if it's possible. The best thing to do is do the hard work, sign the paperwork, and send it off. We are seeing that more and more. And in my opinion, there should be no excuses to sending only a verbal offer. It should always be in writing because then it makes it official. Okay, for detached properties. Now, there was some slowdown in some areas, especially if the area had high inventory. And there are properties that are sitting on the market for 30 days or longer. Now, in a seller's market, if it's not selling in 30 days, then the price is just too high. Remember, you can't judge a home's value based on what other properties are listed for. It's the sold price, which is the price that is agreeable between buyer and seller to transact. So the sold price is what you should be based your value on. Here is a seller tip. Now, there's a difference between being on the market and being in the market. Being on the market simply means that you have your for sale sign on the property, but there's something about the listing that's not generating any showings. It could be the shitty photos or the condition or the location. But most often, it's price. Being in the market means that you have amazing marketing, professional photos, and all your ducks line up in a row to generate showings. Remember, showings are a conduit to receiving offers. Without showings, it's highly unlikely you won't get any offers. Now, it's okay to test the market by listing it a little bit higher, but don't be greedy because the market will tell you if you're on the market or in the market in the first 2 weeks. Okay, I'm gonna pull up this graph of the Calgary detached prices. And again, I'm gonna look at the benchmark price, which is in red, okay? So you can see that it is still going up. It may be flattening out, but it is the highest price in the last 5 years. Pulling up this other graph, this is for benchmark pricing and days on market. And I'm gonna show you what June and July did, as well as August, so you can see what we were doing leading up to the month of August. So in June, we were at 685K, July was 690, and in August was 696. So every month has gone up about $5,000 to $6,000. Now, if you wanted to sell, the days on market were a few more days than last month. In June, it was 20, July 22, and August 24. For the semi-detached market, it was pretty tight. I mean, we did go into multiple offers on a few properties this month. And so I'm gonna pull up this graph. It is the semi-detached pricing. Again, benchmark price, you can tell it is going for the moon. In June, we were sitting at 613,000, July 616,000, and in August, it was higher at 623,000. Showing the days on market, if you wanted to sell a semi-detached, it will take 2 more days than last month. So in June, it was 19 days on the market, July 20, and August was 22. Townhomes, wow, it was absolutely bananas this month. It was actually pretty crazy, even more so than before. So a quick story, in 2020, we helped a client buy a townhome in Panorama, and back then it was around $258,000. Fast forward today, and those are going for $430,000, a difference of $172,000. I just wanted to show you this because over the last 3 years, it's appreciated so much in value. Now, if you're looking for townhouses, you have to be on it. The last month, we did compete with 3 other offers, and you have to leave some buffer room. I did say this in my last few market updates, but if your budget is 400K, you can't be looking at 400K. It's gotta be a little bit lower, like 375-ish or so, because it's realistic for that property to sell at 400. Now I'm gonna pull up this graph of row pricing or townhome pricing. It's the same thing. And as you can see, it is off the charts, like literally. Pulling up the page for pricing, you can see that in June, it was 400,000, July 407, and in August, 413,000. If you wanted to sell, the days on market in June was 19, July was also 19, and August was 20. Benchmark pricing, it is the same story as everything else. Looking at the pricing in June, it was 303,000, July higher at 305, and in August higher at 309,000. If you wanted to sell, the days on market in June was 28, July was 27, and August was 30. So overall, the story is the same. Our population boom is happening, and I don't see it slowing down anytime soon. If you are looking to be active in Calgary's real estate market and you want professional advice, you can reach out to us down in the description below. My name is Felix Chan, Calgary realtor and mortgage broker with Real Broker, and we'll see you in the next video.